Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be playing with a ton of new Charlotte Tilbury product that I picked up over the weekend. I am so excited. I was at a event here at my local Nordstrom on Saturday doing kind of like a little meet and greet and makeup applications. And of course I'm like hanging out in the makeup department for 3 hours. So I end up kind of, adding stuff to a little pile to purchase. And then the store manager at Barton Creek was so kind to kind of send me away with a little thank you gift for coming. And she included some more Charlotte Tilbury products. So I'm so excited. I got lots of good stuff. Some of it I've already played with, and some of it I'm excited to play with today. So that's what we're gonna do. I do have my foundation on and I'm testing a new foundation. I'm testing the new Estee Lauder Futurist Hydro Rescue Moisturizing Makeup Broad Spectrum SPF 45. This was highly requested to review this foundation and I just applied it just now for the first time, along with the Double Wear Radiant Concealer. So these two, I'm gonna be doing a wear test over the next couple of days. So that video will be coming soon. So we already have that on. I don't have any eye makeup on. I have my hair pulled back for you. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm contemplating, I bought this product and I used it on Saturday night and I loved my eye makeup on Saturday night. I want to actually do a video specifically on that look, but I don't know if it'll pair well with this palette. And I kind of feel like this product alone is, I don't want to put anything on top of it. The way that I wore it on Saturday, it was just so beautiful. So it's her Eyes to Mesmerize, and this is the shade Marie Antoinette. This is what it looks like. It's just like this really beautiful, neutral, taupey, shimmery cream eyeshadow. It is stunning. So I wore this all over the lid on Saturday and I just paired a very, very sheer shadow that had a lot of sparkle to it on top, and that was it. I didn't do anything in my crease and it was so beautiful. So I definitely want to do that look for you guys because it was actually different than the typical looks that I do here, and it was beautiful and it was so easy. But today I think I want to play with this palette. Gosh, I just love her packaging. It is so beautiful. Okay, so this is what the palette looks like. This is the Pillowtalk Eye Palette. There are 12 shades in here, and it looks like they have them paired in little trios for like specific looks. So this says day, this says desk, this says date, and this says dream. So I kind of like that. They kind of make it easy for you. Obviously, you can pair these, and mix and match them however you like, which is probably what I'm gonna do today. It is just so beautiful. I mean, so gorgeous. Shall we? Okay, I kind of actually do want to put this on my lid, even though I just said I wasn't going to do it. I'm going to do that, even though I'm going to layer some other shadows on top of it. I just want you guys to see how beautiful this product is. Okay, so I'm actually going to just dig a brush into the product. I'm using a 252 by MAC. The reason I like to use this brush is because it's a nice flat synthetic brush. It's very flat and stiff, so it does a really great job of just kind of controlling where that product goes. So I'm actually going to lay it down with this, and I like that it has a really flat tip so that I can get close to the lash line but keep it controlled. And then I'm just going to kind of blend it up into my crease, really shearing this out. This product is buildable, so when I wore this on Saturday night I put a real sheer layer, and then I decided I wanted you to see a little more color, so I added a little more color and I found it to be really nice and buildable. Cream shadows are a really fun way to wear shimmer. If you're someone that wants to wear shimmer, but maybe you feel like your eyes are a little, like your lids are a little textured, and you find that powder, frosty shadows kind of just magnify that or aren't really flattering, you might find that cream shadows are easier and more flattering to your lid. I really, really love them. If I'm doing something really sparkly on the eye, I really like to either just use a cream or start with a cream shadow and kind of build on top. So I'm just gonna shear that out. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a brush, and this is a clean brush. Any brush will do. This is a BK Beauty 203, and I'm just gonna kind of run it back and forth in my crease just to make sure there's no like obvious lines where the cream shadow stops. Okay, then we're gonna dig into this palette, and I'm gonna go into the shade, I'm gonna go into these two shades right here. Sorry, this is so reflective. Okay, these two shades right here. I'm gonna blend the two together and create my brow highlight. Okay, let's see how this works. Make sure it's not too dark. Okay, that's a little too dark. I need something brighter, so I'm actually gonna open another palette. This is the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette, and I'm gonna dig into these two shades here. This is the shade Heaven, and this is the shade Nude Goals. And I'm going to apply these just underneath my brow. So next I'm gonna create a wash of color in my crease, and I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's the first little matte kind of dusty rose pink, and I'm gonna pick up a real fluffy crease brush. I'm using the BK Beauty 201, and I'm just gonna work this back and forth into my crease. This is very, very pink, so when it goes on, it's very warm. And I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth in like a windshield wiper motion, but at the same time, moving the brush in little circles. That way I get a really like blown out crease, which is what I want. Okay, so I'm just using a pencil brush to kind of build the outer corner, give some depth, some dimension. What I like about this technique is you're using a brush that allows you to have great control, and you're just applying that product, and then you can go back with a fluffy brush to soften and blend it out. I always taught that trick when I used to work at MAC because it really makes creating an eyeshadow with lots of different colors and dimension so much easier. It's so much easier to take a small pencil brush like that to build an outer corner than to go into a dark eyeshadow, a dark matte eyeshadow with a brush that's as big as this and try and have control over it. Usually you end up making a big, huge mess. Next, I'm gonna go in with a shade that's slightly darker from that same little trio of shades. And I'm going to apply this in the outer corner and blend into the crease as well. This is gonna continue to layer upon that darker outer corner and give some more dimension. Next, I'm gonna go in with this shade and I'm gonna pop it right on the lid, pretty much on top of the cream shadow that we applied. So I'm basically kind of covering up that cream shadow, and I'm gonna layer this on top. In this case, we're just using that cream shadow as a primer, but it really is so beautiful to use on its own. I wouldn't typically wear this product as a primer just because it is so beautiful, and I feel like what's the point of purchasing a Charlotte Tilbury cream shadow if you're just gonna cover it up, right? You know, just use a normal drugstore primer, but I did want to really show this palette off and see all the different shades and play with them. So, okay, nice. And then last I'm going to go in with the lightest golden shade, and we're just going to pop that right in the inner corner. Next, I'm going to go and fill my brows in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so one thing that they sent me with that I was so excited about, because I actually tried to buy it, but they were out of stock. And so I think they gave me like ones that had been reserved for a tester. It's the Color Morphing eyeshadow pencil, and they gave me the shade Amber Haze, which is one that I've been wanting for so long. I love this formula. I've talked about the only one that I own, which is the shade Golden Quartz, in a couple of videos recently. And oh, this is different actually. Okay, never mind. I was thinking the one I was wanting was purple, but this is pretty too. So this actually might be more appropriate for this eye look. It's kind of like, it's just like a really pretty bronzy copper. And I'm gonna use this as my eyeliner on the bottom. So I'm just gonna line my right underneath my lower lash line with this. Then I'm gonna take that pencil brush that I used. I'm just gonna kind of wipe off any excess eyeshadow that's left on it. And I'm going to kind of smoke out that product before it has time to completely dry, just to kind of soften it a little bit, spread it a little bit, give it a real smoky look. And I am taking it from the outer corner all the way to the inner corner. Okay, this was a product that I picked up that I was so excited. This has been on my wish list for months, and I finally decided to buy it. It's the contour wand, and I got the shade, I think light medium is the shade that I got. Let's see. I had heard such great things about this product, and I have one of the blush products that's similar to this, and I love it. It has a ton of shimmer to it though, but it's such a beautiful consistency that blends so easily. And I've heard the same thing is true for this contour wand. So we're gonna give this a try. I did already apply a little powder, so that's probably not ideal. I should have applied it before I set with powder. So you just twist this off. It has a little sponge to, oh, and you just barely squeeze and it starts to come out. So, okay, there we go. I'm just gonna kind of form it up on my hand just to make sure I don't apply too much of it. And I'm gonna apply this kind of right here. I'm not gonna apply a lot because I think that we can blend this. I think a little bit of this goes a long way. And I'm gonna use my BK Beauty 106 brush to blend this out. Let's see. I'm just gonna press right over the line that I created and also kind of drag it down a little bit. And I'm gonna kind of work it into the hairline, whatever's left. Okay, that is very, very, very easy to blend. Very nice. Even though it looks really dark, it actually blends out very sheer and natural looking. So it's not as gray. Well, it is pretty gray. It's definitely more of a contour than a bronzer. Okay, then I'm gonna take whatever's left on my brush and I'm gonna actually pick up a little bit more and I'm gonna kind of Put it on the sides of my nose just to give a little definition. Because I'm using a big fluffy brush like this, it's not gonna create a real sharp defined contour. It's really just gonna create a subtle looking shadow there. Okay, I like that. That was easy to work with. Very, very easy, very quick, not intimidating at all, just to give the face a little bit of structure. You could use this on the jawline, you could use it down the nose. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is apply a little blush. I did not get a blush from Charlotte Tilbury, so we are just going to grab what we have nearby. Let's see, what is that? It's nothing. Let me go grab a blush. I've been loving this blush combo. I've talked about it a lot recently. It's the Jouer blush palette in the shade Adore Blush Duo. It is a matte blush. And I like to mix the two. It has a lighter and then it has a darker peachy tone, and both of them work really well. So I like to mix the two of them together, and I'm just gonna pop this right on the apples of my cheek. I like to kind of brush down but move my brush up. That gives me a nice application so that I don't get something too, structured like this, because I am using downward strokes. But it does give me that lift because I'm kind of moving my brush gradually up as I brush down. I watched that masterclass. Have you guys seen those ads on all over social media for the masterclass app, and Bobbi Brown has a class? I watched her class, and I have to say, we have a lot of similarities in makeup techniques. A lot of the things that she teaches and her theory and her approach to makeup are some of the same things that I learned when I worked at MAC, and some of the same things that I taught, and I feel like I teach on my channel. So I don't know, kind of made me feel good. I mean, I really think there's no rules to makeup. Bobbi Brown is a phenomenal makeup artist. Someone like Scott Barnes is a phenomenal makeup artist, but they have two very different approaches to makeup, right? Bobbi Brown is all about natural. Scott Barnes is more about like glam and contouring and all of those things. And, totally, completely two different styles, and they're both super talented artists that I respect, right? I don't think there's any rules to makeup. I truly don't. But I do think that a lot of the theories that she has and a lot of the rules that she has are things that I was taught, and the kind of the way that I've always approached makeup. So I thought that was interesting. I actually would like to do a video, kind of a recap on what I learned in that class, or maybe do my own spin on that class. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section below. It'd be so fun because it was really educational. Like, it wouldn't be me sitting here doing makeup on myself. I would probably bring in other people and create more of like actual masterclass. So if that's something you guys want to see, let me know. Okay, for the lips, this I'm so excited about. I got a lot of great lip products from the counter. I purchased myself a couple of lip glosses. I purchased the, what are they called? They're called the Lip Luster. And I got one that's kind of nude, bronzy, shimmery. This one right here, it's called Ibiza Nights. And then I got another one, which is actually in my makeup bag. It's kind of more of like a peachy pink with like a light shimmer to it. It almost reminds me of MAC Purr, but this one is really beautiful. It's real sheer. You almost don't see much color. You just see like a really subtle nude bronzy shimmer. I don't know if you can see that right there. The color is almost clear, but there's a high shine to it. It's got a nice consistency. It's not too tacky or sticky, but it's got like that traditional gloss feel to it. And then this was a product that was gifted that I was so excited about because I was actually on the fence about buying it. It's the Collagen Lip Bath. So this is described as being like pretty much a sheer in color lip gloss. High shine, just to give your lips like a super glossy look, not heavy. They said you could use this as a treatment too at night. So I'm actually gonna apply this. I'm gonna apply one of my favorite Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, which is the shade Live It Up. It's one of her hot lips. Is it a hot lips? It's not a hot lips. It's one of her standard lipsticks, and the shade Live It Up. I love it. I think it's just like the perfect pink, not too much color, but not nude. Gives you just enough color. And I think I changed my mind. I'm not gonna do the collagen bath because that's pretty clear. That's not gonna change the color of this lipstick at all. I actually want to kind of play off the shimmer, the golden in the eyes. So I'm gonna use this shade Ibiza Nights and layer it right on top. So beautiful. Oh, I feel like my lips just got plumped up a couple times. So nice. And last, I'm gonna take a little bit of loose powder and just kind of dust and set under my eyes. This is also gonna help remove any fallout that I might have had that I didn't quite see, and also set the concealer one more time. And I'm using one of the new BK Beauty brushes. This is the 108 brush. This is I say that about everything. I feel like I say it about every one of my brushes. This is one of my favorite brushes. I really like this brush because it's definitely a brush that was missing from the collection. The size and the shape, we had nothing like it. It really allows you to get a very precise application of powder. So I'm gonna use this to set underneath the eye and also kind of dust away any fallout, maybe set the nose right in between the brows, just lightly set the makeup in areas that tend to get a little oily or produce shine, just to kind of give that added insurance that things don't move. Okay, and this is the finished look. I really like the way that it turned out. It's very, very sultry, sexy, smoky, warm eye. I really love how the colors complement each other. They complement each other. There's like differences, like you can see the contrast between the light and the dark, but they still just blend together perfectly so that it's more of a sultry, smoky eye and not an eye that is like light dark. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just really, really like that. Really complimentary for green or blue eyes. I love it. I really love it. And I gotta say, so far I'm liking this foundation. It's only been on my skin for about 2 hours. So I'm gonna film a couple of days of wear with this foundation so you guys can really get, so I can really get kind of a good idea of what my opinion is of this foundation. But so far I like the way that it looks. All right, you guys, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me all your questions, comments, all of that down underneath the description box below. I'll have all the information, all the products listed in the description box below. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys go out and have a fantastic day today. I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.